The war in Ukraine is still raging. June 9th, 2026. Novopavlivka direction. 475th Assault Regiment Code 9.2. FPV drones in the air. And the soldiers on the ground, worn down, exhausted. Some are older. Some carry no weapons. Some just run, hoping to find cover that doesn't exist. Others don't even have time to react. The drone is already there. This is what Russia sends to the front in 2026. Not elite assault units. Whatever is available. Whoever can be recruited. Pushed forward into a sector where the regiment's operators are already watching every move. No training, no defense, no chance. This footage shows a soldier running through the trees with a Ukrainian FPV drone chasing him. His only option was to keep running. But then something unexpected happened. A second drone appeared. While trying to escape one drone, he suddenly found himself facing another, leaving him with no way out. An ambush drone waiting on the ground. Magyar Birds operator watching a Russian soldier moving toward the tree line. The moment he gets close enough, the drone launches. He runs. The drone is faster. Placing ambush drones at the edge of tree lines has become one of the most effective tactics on this front. Soldiers instinctively move toward forest cover, and that instinct is exactly what the operators are counting on. SBU Alpha, Southern Donetsk. FPV drones tracking Russian soldiers, on foot, in vehicles, under trees. Grouped or alone, moving or hiding. The pattern is always the same. The outcome is always the same. The real question, do Russian soldiers see these videos? If they do, why do they keep making the same mistakes? 3 Russian soldiers, moments away from being struck by a drone, chose to surrender instead. They held up a piece of paper with their intention written on it. The drone operator saw it and did not attack. The soldiers followed the drone toward Ukrainian positions. Later, they advised others to do the same, the best way to preserve their lives. When surrender is the safest option, what does that say about the war they were sent to fight? This footage shows one of the most desperate moments on the front line. The targeted soldier was in such a helpless situation that he tried to stop the approaching drone with a tree branch, but it was never enough to stop the attack. This Russian soldier became the target of a drone and repeatedly fired his weapon at it, but he failed to hit the drone, and after tripping and falling to the ground, he became an easy target. Lyman direction. Signum Battalion, one of the most contested sectors on the entire front. Russian forces are concentrating significant forces here, pushing hard, trying to create the conditions for a wider advance. The assault intensity is high. The pressure is constant. But watch what happens to each assault group before it reaches Ukrainian positions. The FPV drones are already waiting. The assault that was supposed to begin ends before it starts. Signum holds this sector. Every day. Every wave. Zaporizhzhia direction. Over 100 kilometers behind the front line. A KAMAZ truck carrying ammunition. 422nd Unmanned Systems Regiment. A Bulava drone already closing in. Direct hit. Fire. Then the ammunition inside detonates. A supply run that started 100 kilometers from the front line never finished. And the next one didn't make it either. A fuel tanker. 110 kilometers behind the front line, southern direction. Another Bulava drone. Another direct hit. Fuel that was supposed to reach Russian vehicles and equipment on this axis. Gone before it arrived. A Russian Tor-1 electronic warfare system was detected on its way back to its position. A single drone took it out. The system was worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The drone cost a fraction of that. Night operations on the Pokrovsk front. Russian soldiers advance toward Ukrainian positions under cover of darkness, hoping the night will shield them from the drones above. It doesn't. 63rd Mechanized Brigade drone operators track every movement. Thermal imaging cuts through the dark. The anti-drone cloaks Russian troops wear, designed to mask their heat signature, prove useless once they start moving. The soldiers are spotted, tracked, struck. This happens every night. The same tactics, the same failure, and yet they keep trying. The SBU Alpha unit struck a Project Svetliak-class patrol ship and a Boyan-class small artillery ship using UAVs. Both vessels suffered significant damage in the attack. This footage may show one of the most unusual moments on the front line. A Russian soldier tried to hide from an FPV drone by staying still under a tree. The drone hit him, but did not detonate. He panicked and tried to move away. A second drone was already in the air. He had no time to escape. Lucky once, not twice. 1 week, 1 regiment, 110 vehicles destroyed, all of them more than 150 kilometers behind the front line. Ukraine's 475th Assault Regiment Code 9.2. Dart strike drones working deep into Russian logistics territory. Pickups, trucks, transport vehicles carrying personnel. Not random targets. Specifically, the vehicles moving soldiers toward the front line. Watch these 42 strikes, each one a vehicle that doesn't arrive. Each one personnel that never reaches their position. 150 kilometers. That used to be considered rear area. It isn't anymore. When 110 vehicles are destroyed in a single week over 150 kilometers behind the line. At what point does Russian logistics simply stop functioning? Svoboda Battalion, a fixed-wing UAV dropping bombs directly onto a Russian position on the Eastern Front. Fixed-wing drones cover distances and carry payloads that standard FPV drones can't. One pass, direct hit. This footage was captured by a Russian drone, and what it shows is a significant tactical evolution. A heavy Ukrainian UAV carrying a fiber-optic FPV drone underneath it. The mothership flies closer to the target, releases the FPV, and the operator guides it in via fiber-optic cable. No radio signal at any point. Why does this matter? A standard fiber-optic FPV is limited by the length of its cable. The mothership solves that problem. It carries the drone and the cable into range, then releases. The effective strike distance just multiplied. When a mothership extends the range of fiber-optic drones beyond cable limits, has Ukraine just removed the last constraint on this technology? Oleshki, Kherson Oblast. An airstrike on a building housing Russian UAV operators. A precision-guided bomb penetrating the roof and detonating inside. The left wing of the structure completely destroyed. The operators who were directing Russian drone missions from that building, gone. Targeting drone operators directly has become as important as intercepting the drones themselves. Remove the operator, and the drone never launches. Every Shahed that gets through is a strike on a Ukrainian city, infrastructure, or military position deeper inside the country. The Shahed 136 is a Iranian-designed loitering munition, essentially a one-way kamikaze drone with a 50-kilogram warhead, capable of flying over 2,000 kilometers at low altitude to strike fixed targets. Russia has deployed thousands of them against Ukrainian cities throughout this war. The 110th UAS unit works around the clock, intercepting them as early as possible before they can travel further. One less Shahed completing its mission. One night, 36 targets, June 8th to 9th. 2 P-18 Terek radar systems destroyed in Zaporizhzhia Oblast. The Rubaka UAV unit's command observation post eliminated. 9 power substations struck across Mariupol, Lysychansk, Luhansk, Makiyivka, Sievierodonetsk, and Crimea's Jankoy. 8 communication towers taken out. Fuel tankers, gas infrastructure, and logistics across multiple occupied regions, all hit in the same night. Think about what 9 power substations in a single night means. Mariupol lost 4 alone. Every substation struck is a city block, a military facility, or an industrial site that goes dark. Radar systems that were tracking Ukrainian aircraft, gone. A drone unit's command post that was coordinating Russian FPV operations, eliminated. 36 targets, one night. No part of the occupied rear was untouched. When 9 power substations and 2 radar systems are destroyed in a single overnight operation, how much of Russia's military infrastructure in occupied territory is actually still functional? That's everything for today. Here's where the front stands as of June 9th, day 1566 of this war. Over the past day, 260 combat clashes were recorded, with the heaviest fighting in the Pokrovsk sector, where Ukrainian defenders repelled 50 Russian assaults. Russian forces carried out 88 airstrikes, dropped 282 guided bombs, and deployed over 10,000 kamikaze drones. Russian total losses have now crossed 1,376,320 personnel, with 1,370 casualties in the last 24 hours alone. Behind the front lines, Ukraine's Unmanned Systems forces struck a Russian Terek Brigade headquarters, medical station, and warehouses in occupied Luhansk. An S-400 air defense system was hit in occupied Crimea. SBU Alpha released footage of previously undisclosed drone strikes on 2 Russian warships, a Svetlyak-class patrol ship and a Boyan-class artillery ship. On the night of June 8th to 9th, SBU Birds struck 36 military and infrastructure targets across occupied territories, including radars, electrical substations, fuel depots, and telecommunications towers. The front holds. The drone war never stops. Subscribe for daily coverage. No agenda, just the facts. See you in the next one.